Hello, I'm Hamilton, and I'm currently standing on the outskirts of a weed field in Swaziland, and I'm holding in my hand a plastic bag full of Swazi Gold nugs, and I'm grateful to be here. Very grateful to be here. With a temperate climate, majestic waterfalls, and an abundance of playful monkeys, the Kingdom of Swaziland would appear to be heaven on earth. Yet Swaziland has the highest prevalence of HIV in the world, and only one doctor for every 6,000 people. Ruled by King Mswati III, sub-Saharan Africa's last absolute monarch, the citizens of Swaziland are taunted by the king's $200 million bank account and numerous palaces occupied by his 15 wives. Although over 2/3 of the population lives under the poverty line, King Mswati taxes the meager income Swazi farmers earn from their crops. But one crop remains exempt because it was never approved. Swazi Gold is a pure sativa strain that is said to take 6 months to mature and can grow over 10 feet in height. Additionally, the plants are rumored to be completely devoid of the cannabinoid CBD, but I wanted to test this for myself, so I began collecting samples for analysis. Contrary to the popular image of cannabis growers as stoners and hippies, the growers of Swaziland are predominantly drug-naive grandmothers who grow the plant out of pure economic necessity. I had read in books that cannabis has a distinctive odor and appearance, but nothing could have prepared me for my first time seeing the plant that drug users refer to as pot.
Nibanifana esikolweni baqoshwa. Ngaqala ke ngabona kumakhelwane babaleka baphumelela. Nami sengiyita ke ngidonsa sengibhace nami la ngibhaca khona ke sengiyalima ke. Ngibona ngalo angithi lo boya baso kumhlophe lo. Lesi lubuya babo sebufom. Nala sandleni lesi sesiqinile. Lesi siyathamba. Ngisivo siyaqina. Ngale ngisihluthe lokho. Suse lokho bese ngiyafika ekhaya.
In Swaziland, cannabis is not measured by weight, but by volume, and the grandmother brought me a decaliter sack of her most resinous nugs.
Lokho sidlabe kunale tinhlavu phasi nguthinside bese ke kuphuma le tinhlavu. Le tinhlavu leti ngile ngitihlanyela, le ngitikhokha la.
I guess this is enough. Very good. Onward.
So this area here in Pigs Peak, they produce the best ganja in the world. They've got money from ganja, they do everything just because the system of government is fucked, you know. The people who mostly benefit from government are the people from the royal families or the friends of the king. This system is a system of oppression, right?
Kude msebenzi, kude mali, kude yini ngiko zama ngalokuthi singakhoni kurobha abantu. Yeah. Then house ngiyakhile ngayo. Ngiyaphila ngodla ifamily ngakho. Okay, bona. Konke yakwenza ngakho.
With the country in fiscal crisis and its former wood pulp and mining industries exhausting the last of Swaziland's natural resources, Dr. Dlamini has one of few remaining solutions to attract foreign investors and protect the country from economic collapse. We've been spending the last 2 days traveling around, visiting different farmers and talking to them about how they feel about cannabis legalization and things like that. And a lot of them are actually against it. They don't want it to be legal because they'll make less money.
I've encountered those problems. Only the evil ones who are happy with that situation. Those who wanted to profit by themselves, because they are the only ones who have the guts to go out there and break the law.
Yes.
But all the law-abiding persons, they don't have the opportunity to grow cannabis. Now we want to remove the law so that everyone can have the opportunity to grow it if he wants to.
Ngiqala kuyendawo inkinga yami kwase kuba ngilokuthi bengithi nami ngidawuthola bese ngiyathengisa. Inkinga yami ukuthi vele ngiyibona la labanako. Ngivama kuphila ngihambe ngocela swai. Ngicela elikhandlela. Ngicela emejiso. Ngithi ngibe mhlawumbe nami nangalima ngase ngiphumule lokucela. Jaliswa kuhlupha ngoba nako ukubona nje umuntu okulima la ekhathi ehlasini leminyama ngengogo nekwesaba ngesaba. Into lengiyisaba kakhulu ngoba lento yabophana. Angithandi vele nabasi nje namaphoyisa ngimweqala ukubaleka. Ngekuthi ngoja ngidele ngakudla. Nganginceda nasekufikela abangayithenga ngoba kuyendeka ukulima ungogo kanje kuthi abathenga kude. Yinhle le.
Kanjani? Yini yenza ukuthi ibe yinhle?
Akufanani kona kumile la kuvunza khona lokho lesihlahla.
Yeah.
Simile la ngathi kuvunzile lesi.
We got two types of growers in Swaziland. Some of the growers are under commission by some of the European consumers of cannabis. When it's ready, those people who wanted it come and pick it up. Then there is somebody else who sees me being prosperous because of growing cannabis. And then he says, oh, he's growing cannabis and he's getting so much money and whatnot. So let me do the same. And he does it, he doesn't have the market. So once he has the cannabis in his house, he doesn't know what to do with it. Those are the people who are in trouble because they have no market. They don't know what to do with the thing. Then they bring it here.
Dr. Ben Dalamini introduced me to his Rastafarian colleague, an expert on the history of Swazi Gold.
Yeah, now most of the guys who buy it, they are middlemen, you know, to go add value and sell in the South African market. Yet back in the day, it was the white guys who used to buy it and then ship it. The white guys now, who still have contact with the farmers, have brought back good seed. But it's a selected few, it's just a tiny drop out of the farmers who can grow high grade.
The market is no longer dominated by the original 6-month Swazi Gold, and there is now a demand for fast-growing hybrids imported from Europe.
Back in the day, there was none such. It was all Swazi Gold. There were no different categories. This is blueberry, this is cheese, this is what, this is what. Yeah. 2/3 of the marijuana came from Pig's Peak. That's where it originates. And it was the best farming area in Swaziland is Pig's Peak.
We went into town to see if the Swazi product was being sold locally or if it was solely intended for export.
Some of these guys, obviously, they go to the farms, the middlemen, that is. They go to the farms and rob the poor farmers of their produce to go sell. Because it's money, it's valuable, you know what I'm saying? And then they take the weed and come sell in town, sell to the middlemen who will add value and go sell wherever we've got their markets.
Africa produces more cannabis than any other continent in the world, and Swaziland, despite its small size, dedicates more hectares of land to cannabis cultivation than all of India.
See, like to be a Rasta, it doesn't mean that you must have dreadlocks. To be a Rasta, you need to have a heart.
So you don't think I'm a Rasta?
You can be a Rasta. You are a Rasta.
I am a Rasta.
Yes. There's no need to a color to be a Rasta. No.
Good, I like that. One interesting thing about cannabis growers in Swaziland is they never get high on their own supply.
Ngiye ngive nje manje ukuthi ngiyasebenza bese ngiyanukuta kuphela hayi kuyisemntonyeni.
Angizange sengizame insangu netshwala nakwemagani kwehlahla zange kwangehlula nebhiya kuyangihlula kude lengase ngakunatha empilweni yami.
uyisukela so wesimmoke hayi ingqondo ya.
When I'm walking in Swaziland, I meet a policeman. They tell me that what I'm promoting the growing of cannabis means that a lot of people will get mad. There are a lot of people in the psychiatric center. They are there because of cannabis. And of course, I told them that's rubbish, first-class rubbish. The ignorance we have is causing us to suffer. And many people are dying because of ignorance. Because they've been told that cannabis is dangerous for you, never touch it.
Yes.
So they lose the opportunity of getting a better life. Because your ancestors in the past used cannabis, your body knows that there's the best thing I need on earth is cannabis. And it looks for it.
Hello. Here comes the sack.
And a bag like this, how much can you sell for?
15,000.
15,000.
Yeah.
15,000 rands.
It seems much more expensive than other bags.
That's a big one, eh?
Why is this so much more expensive than the other Swazi Gold that we've seen in the past?
Ngathi ngibikisa ngilomhlaba lo.
Okay.
Unayo yonke lama mineral ayo.
Okay.
Nje uma uyifaka phansi iba nayo mafutha kakhulu.
Okay.
Ibe na kiki.
Sharp.
Farmers report the iron-rich soil is ideal for growing cannabis without the use of synthetic fertilizers.
So ithatha uyelima South Africa ayibi so.
Yes.
Ayilima Botswana ayibi so.
But Swaziland.
Swaziland is the best.
Yeah. How much you want for that?
100 rand ile.
I could tell the farmers were giving me a good deal because they laughed hysterically as they stated the price. It's ready to smoke? So you throw the seeds when you're done with them down on the mountain and these just grow wildly? It's very good.
I think it's our soil. Our soil is very rich, you see, because you can grow it anyway. You don't have to prepare the soil and, like the modern way to farm marijuana is to prepare proper soil, you know what I'm saying? You have to buy soil.
Yeah.
But in the rural areas, you don't have to buy soil. You can just come and put seed here to grow. In this normal earth, in this normal soil, you see, it grows like nobody's business.
Unlike the other Swazi farmers, this one seemed to have something he wanted to hide.
That's your question.
My first name is Hamilton, yes.
Why you want this speech about the Dacha?
In New York, there's nothing like this. It doesn't exist in the
Okay.
same way that it exists here. So we want to be able to show people that there's a part of Africa where people grow giant daga plants.
But did you know this is not have a permission in Africa for doing this?
Yes. Yes.
Did you know that?
We did know that, yes.
Okay, man.
You're supposed to talk to me before.
Man, phela baskipper.
Yeah, basathi Singisi. That's why ngikhuluma Singisi.
Buwa baskipper yona nyawo always wepanele.
Yabona.
I don't know what they're laughing about. After the argument had ended, I soon saw why the farmer was nervous about outsiders looking at his crop. Was this just picked today?
Yes. And the others is there. You see now that people is...
Oh, yes. Even the small plots that Swazi farmers distribute throughout the hills can yield several burlap sacks of nugs each season. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That is by far the most weed I've ever seen in my life. By far. The quantity of weed we just saw was by a very large margin the most weed I've ever seen in my life. It was certainly enough to fill at least 4 standard-sized bathtubs. That evening, Biggie and I met in an empty parking lot to stand with a few friends. As I prepared to smoke my first joint, my life was flashing before my eyes. But I decided to play it cool and go with the flow.
You're gonna smoke it.
I don't know, I'm debating. How is it?
You have to.
I have to?
You have to, yeah.
You insist?
Yeah, that's the smoke, man.
Alright.
Yeah, and you have to smoke.
Alright, Danilo first.
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
I like that you could see the lettering on the joint too. That's awesome. Cool. I never smoked out of newspaper before. I smoked out of toilet paper one time.
So how it tastes, Hamilton?
Tastes good.
Oh, it tastes good.
It's very good.
Okay.
You smoke too much. Yeah, of course you can't go crazy.
Hamilton knows a friend that went crazy, but it wasn't weed.
It's a mushroom made him go crazy.
Mushroom.
Yeah. There's a mushroom people eat in the US that makes you hallucinate. And he ate too much of this hallucinogenic mushroom and went insane permanently.
Mushroom.
Yes.
How did it make him? How
Yes.
did it make him go crazy?
He ate too
Mushrooms.
much of a mushroom, yes.
Mushroom.
That's right.
Mushroom.
Mushroom. Yes. Once the effects of the cannabis had begun, I decided to bring up a sensitive topic. How much longer is the king going to be the king for the next?
It's a very sensitive topic.
Yeah.
But we were told before we came to Swaziland, they were saying like, oh, people in Swaziland love the king. They love the king. You can't say anything bad about the king because everyone loves him so much. Is that not the case? You think most people kind of don't like him that much?
Yeah, most people usually talk like that. You find that those are the government representatives and such, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know. You're still spreading their own propaganda, you know. Yeah, making the outside world, you know, perceive Swaziland in the way they want it to perceive it, you know. Not necessarily that those are the exact conditions. No. The majority of the young people don't want the king, especially the young people. No, you know. But then, as we told you, it's a very sensitive topic.
After a few minutes of silence, we parted ways, and I returned to my hotel room.
I feel really dead inside right now.
While engaged in quiet study, a messenger came to say a group of Swazi smugglers had agreed to speak with us at their secret midnight rendezvous, KFC. We're about to meet with a very serious, potentially powerful-looking weed smuggler who drives a BMW and has a very shapely girlfriend, and for that reason he also seems like he could be much more serious and potentially be aggressive or have weapons or something.
You need to be brave when you do this business because anything can happen at any time, you know. So the security is tight. If we are not good on hiding it, you will sleep in jail. But at the same time, sometimes you work with the police at the border. Sometimes they escort him a long way. Then after that, they just leave him and say, no, go. You're gonna be safe. So it's a dangerous game. Yebo bhuti.
Biggie warned me the smugglers could be violent and erratic, so I took a brief nap to calm my nerves. While the growers live in mud huts built directly on the earth, the smugglers drive a 2009 luxury sedan with leather interior and multi-CD changer. The smugglers and I sat down on a love seat for an intimate chat about the business of transporting cannabis. So how do you obtain the Swazi Gold that you use in your business? Do you grow it yourselves?
Ngithi nje silima asisebenzisa isibambo. Yeah.
Who taught you how to grow the plants? Did you learn it in school, or did you learn from a friend or a parent?
Yeah, from our father.
Your father?
Yeah.
Okay, basitele sibanengi yabo umsebenzi wakhe libawusebenta labacashe khona bongasilo umholela imali engako vele bangakhona ukusupport mhlawumbe khula kwakhe nje vele ukhulele la ngisanga le moto le angayithengela ikudlala le ngithengela umsebenzi ngiyathi usifihla njani yabo ukuthi kanjani aligrosisa lesinye isikhathi kube nguyena lo mnakethu nakashotha ngimsayirepha kahle but because ngasifuna siclose bese compressor nje great but ingayi compressor si compressor machine or press nje ngaleso tape nawe yebo.
Yeah, it's fine.
There's no smell.
No smell.
And why do you make them into small packages like this instead of one large one?
Kude kangena khona lokho. Lapha yabona la dabagibela khona abantu la dabagibela khona bekule park. Ya uvule lapho ke khiphe kumnyama yangena kungena. How many? 130. Roughly 130, yeah. It's gonna check.
And using this technique, have you ever been caught, or has anyone you know ever been caught?
Namsengile ngaboshwa. Ngaphuma ngafine. Ngikhipha 3,000.
All right. Any other questions?
Biggie, how's it going? Thanks for coming to meet us. Good to see you in another country. Thank you. I'm currently breaking up all the samples that we collected in Swaziland for chemical analysis, and the process begins by simply removing small quantities of the vegetable matter and placing them in an Eppendorf tube for extraction. Here's a nice big bud. All of this weed is enough to get me high hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times, and we're gonna have to flush it down the toilet, which makes me slightly sad. Which is why I'm gonna ask Danilo to just put this one bag in his anus. Just one. Using a mixed solvent system, I planned to isolate the cannabinoids THC, THV, CBD, and CBN in order to obtain a rough estimate of their relative concentrations. I wanted to test previous reports that the pure sativa strain Swazi Gold was truly devoid of CBD and possessed a unique cannabinoid profile due to its geographic isolation. But the necessary equipment didn't arrive until half an hour before our flight home, and so the analysis was a failure. But in the course of collecting the samples, I learned that Swazi Gold is more than a plant to analyze chemically. It's an antidote to the poisonous government in Swaziland and a way to empower farmers using the plants that have been grown in their country for centuries.
If you go to talk to my grandfathers, my ancestors, they will not understand you unless you have that plant with you. It's a natural tree that controls the fate of the nation.
Even though I couldn't complete the analysis, I am now a Rasta and experienced the boundless beauty of Swaziland, what one day may be the Amsterdam of South Africa.